Easy, humanly English. Best meal to unclog your arteries, backed by science. Navigating the vast ocean of dietary advice for heart health can feel like an impossible task. If you were to ask 10 different individuals about the optimal heart-healthy diet, you would invariably receive 10 distinct and often conflicting answers. Some might passionately advocate for drastically reducing carbohydrates, embracing a ketogenic lifestyle, or even adopting a carnivore diet, convinced that these approaches hold the key to cardiovascular wellness. Conversely, others might firmly assert that the path to a healthy heart lies in the complete avoidance of meat, urging a transition to a plant-based vegan diet. Beyond these more extreme ends of the spectrum, you'd encounter recommendations for well-established plans like the Mediterranean diet, the DASH diet, dietary approaches to stop hypertension, and the paleo diet, each with its own set of guidelines and purported benefits. This sheer volume of contradictory information can leave many feeling overwhelmed and unsure of where to even begin their journey toward better heart health. However, after more than a decade spent in the practice of medicine, diligently assisting my patients in harnessing the transformative power of food as medicine, a profound truth has consistently emerged. The act of rigidly prescribing a specific, often highly restrictive diet is frequently not as helpful or sustainable as one might initially believe. The fundamental challenge lies in human nature. While some individuals possess the extraordinary discipline to adhere strictly to a very restrictive plan, a significant majority, though certainly not everyone, find such stringent regimens incredibly difficult to maintain over the long term. The undeniable reality is that even the most scientifically perfect diet in existence holds absolutely no value if an individual cannot consistently stick to it. This realization has reshaped my perspective on nutrition. I firmly believe that embracing a nutrition plan that is, for instance, 70% good or optimal, but critically, one that can be realistically sustained for the entirety of one's life, far surpasses the efficacy of a theoretically 100% perfect plan that can only be followed for a fleeting 6 months. Therefore, the ultimate objective isn't to relentlessly chase after the elusive next perfect diet, or to succumb to every passing dietary fad. Instead, the truly impactful strategy is to identify and consistently incorporate the most high-yield foods, those powerful nutritional components that consistently appear time and time again as beneficial across the vast array of rigorous scientific studies and comprehensive meta-analyses conducted on heart disease. The goal is to seamlessly integrate these powerhouse foods into your existing daily routine, whatever its unique contours may be, ensuring they become a steadfast part of your lifestyle. As we delve into these incredibly beneficial foods, it's equally crucial to shed light on certain items that are deceptively marketed or widely perceived as heart-healthy, but in reality warrant significant caution due to their potential to undermine cardiovascular wellness. Furthermore, as a comprehensive guide, we will also explore the most effective forms of exercise and highlight a particular supplement that boasts robust scientific evidence, offering additional potent tools to help you reverse arterial plaque buildup even faster. Before we can truly appreciate the profound impact of these best foods on our cardiovascular system, it is absolutely essential to first grasp the fundamental mechanisms by which arterial plaques form in the first place. This foundational understanding is not merely academic, it is incredibly empowering. By comprehending this intricate process, you will be equipped to tailor your dietary choices with far greater precision, enabling you to strategically lean into those high-yield foods that are most pertinent to your unique physiological circumstances and individual risk profile. It's a crucial acknowledgement that everyone's individual circumstances, genetic predispositions, and risk factors are distinct, meaning what proves effective for one person may not necessarily be the optimal approach for another. The formation of arterial plaque, often referred to as atherosclerosis, is far from a simplistic, single-factor process. It is not solely attributable to high cholesterol levels, nor is it merely a consequence of elevated blood sugars, high blood pressure, or generalized inflammation in isolation. Instead, plaque forms as the culmination of a perfect storm, a complex interplay of multiple damaging factors. The genesis of this process involves initial damage to the endothelium, which is the delicate, thin layer of specialized cells that lines the entire inner surface of our blood vessels. This endothelial injury can be caused by various factors, including high blood pressure, high blood sugar, toxins, and oxidative stress. Once this protective barrier is compromised, certain low-density lipoprotein (LDL) particles, specifically those containing apolipoprotein B (ApoB), are able to slip through the now permeable vessel wall and accumulate within the subendothelial space. Once trapped, these LDL ApoB particles become highly susceptible to oxidation, a process akin to rusting. This oxidation event acts as a critical trigger, signaling your immune system to intervene and attempt to repair the perceived damage. However, in an unfortunate turn of events, this immune response often exacerbates the problem, leading to chronic inflammation and further recruitment of immune cells, ultimately causing the plaque to grow larger and more complex. The more oxidative stress present in the arterial environment, the more this detrimental cycle perpetuates itself, leading to progressive plaque accumulation and hardening of the arteries. Therefore, the selection of high-yield foods you integrate into your daily regimen must be strategically designed to target all these interconnected mechanisms simultaneously. They must aim to lower circulating ApoB levels, significantly reduce systemic and localized inflammation, enhance your body's natural production of nitric oxide, which in turn helps lower blood pressure and protect the delicate endothelium, and finally help to calm down that often overreactive immune response that fuels plaque growth. When we meticulously examine all the major scientific studies and comprehensive meta-analyses pertaining to dietary patterns that effectively combat atherosclerosis, one compelling pattern consistently emerges: the profound benefits of foods exceptionally rich in lycopene. Lycopene is a vibrant carotenoid, a natural pigment and powerful antioxidant primarily responsible for the brilliant red and pink hues found in an array of fruits and vegetables. Excellent dietary sources include ripe tomatoes, which are particularly potent when cooked or processed, as heating enhances lycopene bioavailability, succulent guava, refreshing watermelon, tangy pink grapefruit, and exotic papayas. The remarkable efficacy of lycopene stems from its identity as an incredibly potent antioxidant. As previously discussed, one of the primary and most destructive drivers of plaque formation within our arteries is oxidative stress, a biological imbalance that inflicts widespread damage at the cellular level. Lycopene possesses the remarkable capacity to counteract this damage by actively neutralizing harmful reactive oxygen species, unstable molecules that wreak havoc on our cells and contribute significantly to the oxidation of LDL particles. Scientific investigations have consistently demonstrated that individuals with higher levels of circulating carotenoids, including lycopene, may experience a slowed progression of the early stages of atherosclerosis. For instance, a notable observational study conducted in Finland provided compelling evidence suggesting that regular intake of lycopene, particularly from processed tomato products, might play a crucial role in reducing carotid atherosclerosis, a direct indicator of plaque buildup in the arteries supplying blood to the brain, which can significantly increase the risk of stroke. Incorporating these richly colored foods into your diet, whether through fresh produce, tomato paste in cooking, or a refreshing glass of watermelon juice with caution for sugar content, is a delicious and scientifically supported strategy to bolster your arterial defenses. Another remarkably consistent theme that resurfaces across virtually all robust studies investigating diets beneficial for cardiovascular health is the importance of phytosterols. These are fascinating natural plant compounds that bear a striking resemblance to cholesterol in their molecular structure. Phytosterols are abundant in a variety of wholesome plant-based Foods, particularly nuts and seeds, with flax seeds and sesame seeds standing out as exceptional sources. You can also find them in significant quantities in legumes, a wide range of whole grains, and numerous fruits and vegetables, including vibrant carrots, verdant broccoli, creamy avocados, and a diverse array of leafy green vegetables. The mechanism by which phytosterols exert their beneficial effects is ingenious. Because their molecular structure is so similar to that of cholesterol, when you consume foods rich in phytosterols, they effectively compete with dietary cholesterol for absorption sites within your intestines. This competition means that a lesser amount of cholesterol from the foods you eat is able to make it through the intestinal wall and enter your bloodstream. However, this is merely the initial step. The true magic of phytosterols unfolds beyond this primary absorption blockade. It's a commonly held misconception that the cholesterol circulating in our blood primarily originates from the cholesterol we consume in our diet. In reality, the vast majority of cholesterol present in our bloodstream is endogenously produced by our own liver. So here's how the sophisticated process orchestrated by phytosterols truly works. When your liver senses a notable drop in the amount of cholesterol being absorbed from the diet due to the competitive action of phytosterols, it springs into action. Driven by its inherent biological imperative to maintain its own internal cholesterol balance and overall homeostasis, the liver begins to actively pull more low-density lipoprotein LDL particles, the primary carriers of apolipoprotein B, ApoB, out of the bloodstream. Over time, the net effect of this liver-mediated clearance is a significant reduction in the number of LDL particles and, more importantly, the ApoB they carry that are circulating through your arteries. This reduction is of paramount importance because LDL, and more precisely its accompanying ApoB, has been definitively established as a causal factor in the development of heart disease. Extensive meta-analyses and groundbreaking Mendelian randomization studies, a research method that uses genetic variation to assess causality, have unequivocally identified ApoB as one of the main, if not the main, drivers of atherosclerosis. While it is crucial to acknowledge that ApoB is not the sole factor in this complex disease, it plays an absolutely central and key role in the initiation and progression of arterial plaques. Multiple comprehensive meta-analyses have consistently demonstrated that increasing the dietary intake of phytosterols can lead to a significant reduction in LDL cholesterol levels, with an average observed reduction of approximately 14 milligrams per deciliter. This makes phytosterol-rich foods a cornerstone of any plaque reversal strategy. Another indispensable category of foods for actively supporting plaque reversal and promoting overall cardiovascular health are those rich in flavonoids. Flavonoids are a vast group of natural plant compounds renowned for their potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, widely distributed across the plant kingdom. They are particularly abundant in a vibrant array of fruits such as luscious berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, crisp apples, and zesty oranges. Beyond fruits, you can also find significant concentrations of flavonoids in common vegetables like pungent onions and a variety of nutrient-dense leafy greens. And for those who appreciate a touch of indulgence, dark chocolate, especially varieties with a high cocoa content, is also a surprisingly rich source of these beneficial compounds. The critical role of flavonoids in combating atherosclerosis lies in their ability to interfere with a key step in plaque buildup. When LDL particles begin to accumulate and become damaged within the inner lining of your blood vessels, a process often initiated by oxidative stress, the affected area becomes increasingly sticky. This stickiness is primarily due to the upregulation of specific adhesion molecules on the endothelial surface. This pathological stickiness acts as a beacon, attracting white blood cells, particularly macrophages, to the site. Once recruited, these macrophages, in their attempt to clear the damaged LDL, inadvertently trigger a localized inflammatory response, which then fuels the growth and progression of the plaque. This is precisely where flavonoids demonstrate their remarkable protective capabilities. They work by significantly lowering the expression of these adhesion molecules on the arterial walls. Essentially, flavonoids make the inner lining of your arteries less sticky, thereby reducing the ability of inflammatory cells, such as macrophages, to attach to the vessel wall. This in turn leads to a substantial reduction in localized inflammation. Furthermore, by creating a less inflammatory environment, flavonoids help macrophages operate in a more regulated and calmer manner, preventing them from internalizing and excessively oxidizing LDL, which is a critical step in turning harmless LDL into its damaged and pro-atherogenic form. Among the diverse family of flavonoids, one particular subset stands out for its exceptional importance in cardiovascular health: catechins. These powerful compounds are found in high concentrations in both green and black teas. A compelling meta-analysis, which rigorously examined 9 prospective studies involving hundreds of thousands of participants, revealed a remarkable association. Individuals who regularly consumed 3 or more cups of green or black tea per day demonstrated a significant 21% reduced risk of stroke compared to those who consumed less than 1 cup daily. This highlights the simple yet profound impact that incorporating flavonoid-rich foods and beverages into your daily routine can have on protecting your arteries and reducing the risk of devastating cardiovascular events. Moving beyond specific compounds, another incredibly important and profoundly powerful nutrient source that consistently earns its place in heart-healthy recommendations across a multitude of studies is extra virgin olive oil. This liquid gold, a cornerstone of the celebrated Mediterranean diet, is not merely a culinary delight, but a potent medicinal food. High intake of extra virgin olive oil is consistently and significantly associated with a substantial reduction in the incidence of major cardiovascular events, including life-threatening heart attacks. Its remarkable benefits stem from its unique and synergistic composition. Extra virgin olive oil is exceptionally rich in polyphenols, which are powerful antioxidants, and a high concentration of monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid. This potent combination endows it with robust antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. These beneficial compounds work in concert to help smooth out and repair the damaged endothelium, the delicate inner lining of your arteries that, as we discussed, is the initial site of injury in plaque formation. By protecting and restoring endothelial function, extra virgin olive oil helps to prevent the stickiness that allows LDL particles to infiltrate the arterial wall. Furthermore, beyond its direct impact on the endothelium, olive oil has also been shown to play a beneficial role in improving insulin sensitivity, a crucial factor as insulin resistance is a significant contributor to cardiovascular disease. It also helps to reduce systemic inflammation throughout the body. Thus, extra virgin olive oil mechanistically targets multiple interconnected steps that lead to the development and progression of atherosclerosis, offering a multi-pronged approach to protecting and restoring arterial health. Incorporating this high-quality oil into your daily cooking, using it generously in salad dressings, or even taking a small daily dose directly can be a delicious and highly effective strategy. Another dietary hero that provides substantial assistance in the ongoing fight against atherosclerosis and for the reversal of arterial plaque is fatty fish. Varieties such as wild-caught salmon, mackerel, and sardines are nutritional powerhouses, particularly celebrated for their rich abundance of omega-3 fatty acids. Specifically, the long-chain omega-3s, eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA, and docosahexaenoic acid, DHA, are incredibly vital nutrients that play indispensable roles in maintaining the optimal health and function of your heart and intricate network of blood vessels. A wealth of clinical studies has consistently demonstrated the profound benefits of incorporating fatty fish into the diet. Individuals who consume fatty fish as little as 1 to 3 times per week exhibit a significantly lower risk of developing heart disease and experiencing strokes. Further supporting this evidence, the multi-ethnic study of atherosclerosis, MESA, which stands as one of the largest and most enduring observational studies on heart disease globally, uncovered compelling findings. It revealed that higher circulating levels of DHA were associated with a remarkable 12% lower risk of carotid plaque progression, specifically the type of plaque that builds up in the arteries leading to the brain and is a direct precursor to strokes. The powerful mechanisms underlying these benefits are multifaceted. These essential omega-3 fatty acids actively calm down the overreactive immune response that often aggravates and fuels the growth of arterial plaques. By modulating inflammation, EPA and DHA help to create a more stable and less hostile environment within the arteries. Moreover, they are known to significantly increase your body's production of nitric oxide, a crucial molecule that promotes vasodilation, the widening of blood vessels, and has powerful protective effects on the endothelium. This enhanced nitric oxide production, in turn, helps to stabilize existing plaques, rendering them less prone to rupture, a catastrophic event that can lead to the formation of blood clots and subsequent heart attacks or strokes downstream. Prioritizing regular consumption of these fatty fish, ideally 2 to 3 servings per week, provides a potent and scientifically validated strategy for bolstering your cardiovascular resilience and actively working towards plaque regression. While consistently incorporating these beneficial foods into your diet is paramount for addressing atherosclerosis, it is equally, if not more, important to consciously limit or entirely avoid certain other foods. When it comes to the complex challenge of reversing arterial plaque and preventing further cardiovascular damage, simply eating the right foods is only half the equation. Diligently refraining from those foods that actively harm your arterial health is the crucial other half. We particularly want to exercise extreme caution and minimize our intake of foods that are highly inflammatory, as inflammation is a central driver of plaque progression. It should come as no surprise that highly processed carbohydrates are major culprits. This category encompasses a wide array of items, from delectable pastries and most commercial breakfast cereals to virtually any food packed with refined sugars or high fructose corn syrup. These substances trigger rapid spikes in blood sugar and insulin, fostering an inflammatory environment that directly harms the delicate endothelial lining of your arteries and accelerates the oxidation of LDL particles. Beyond the obvious offenders, there are several foods that are paradoxically promoted as heart healthy, but upon closer inspection, can actually be detrimental to your cardiovascular well-being due to hidden ingredients and processing. One of the most common offenders I frequently encounter in clinical practice is flavored yogurts. While plain yogurt, especially full-fat varieties, can be a beneficial source of probiotics and nutrients, many flavored yogurts are deceptively packed with excessive amounts of added sugars, often rivaling the sugar content of a dessert. This added sugar negates many of the potential health benefits and contributes to inflammation. A much healthier approach is to opt for plain, unsweetened, full-fat yogurt and then customize it with your own natural sweeteners, such as a small amount of fresh fruit, a drizzle of honey or maple syrup, or a sprinkle of cinnamon, allowing you full control over the sugar content. By now, most individuals are aware that the majority of commercial breakfast cereals, despite their often colorful and inviting packaging, are fundamentally akin to dessert, being heavily processed and loaded with added sugars. However, there exists a more insidious category of alternatives that cleverly masquerade as healthy choices, but in reality offer little to no significant improvement. I am specifically referring to many breakfast bars and granola bars. These items are frequently marketed as convenient, wholesome, and energy-boosting options for a busy lifestyle. Yet, a careful examination of their ingredient labels often reveals a startling truth. Many of these seemingly virtuous bars are still densely packed with various forms of sugar, though often disguised under different names, and contain minimal fiber or beneficial nutrients. The healthier packaging and marketing claims often obscure a fundamentally unhealthy product. Therefore, developing a habit of diligently reading ingredient labels is absolutely paramount to making informed choices and avoiding these hidden sugar traps. Another particularly sneaky food that I consistently highlight to my patients, although it's technically a drink rather than a solid food, is fruit juice. Whether you're consuming apple juice, orange juice, or any other type of fruit juice, you are almost certainly ingesting a significant amount of concentrated sugars. Even if the label proudly declares no added sugars or states that the product contains only natural sugars, a critical distinction must be made. While these sugars may indeed be natural in origin, they are absorbed by your body in a highly concentrated liquid form. This rapid influx of concentrated sugar leads to a swift and pronounced spike in blood glucose levels, mimicking the detrimental effects of refined sugars. An even greater problem with juices, however, lies in the absence of the protective fiber that we would naturally obtain if we were consuming the whole, fresh fruit. As mentioned earlier, fresh fruits are indeed wonderful and undeniably heart-healthy due to their fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. However, it becomes incredibly easy to overconsume sugars and fructose from fruit when it is presented in a highly concentrated liquid form, stripping away the very fiber that would slow down sugar absorption and confer satiety. The fiber in whole fruits acts as a natural buffer, mitigating the glycemic impact and promoting digestive health. By choosing whole fruits over juices, you gain all the benefits without the concentrated sugar load and its potential inflammatory consequences. As a valuable bonus, beyond the critical role of diet, there are several non-food related interventions that can significantly help to expedite the process of reversing atherosclerosis and optimizing your cardiovascular health. Foremost among these, and certainly no surprise to anyone, is exercise. Physical activity is undeniably and profoundly important for maintaining a healthy heart. However, what is particularly noteworthy is that there is a specific type of exercise for which we now possess compelling scientific evidence demonstrating its capacity to actively reverse arterial plaques. A groundbreaking randomized controlled study published in the esteemed European Journal of Preventive Cardiology provided remarkable insights. It revealed that a mere 6 months of supervised high-intensity interval training (HIIT) led to a significant and measurable reduction in arterial plaque volume among participants. What made these findings particularly astounding was the magnitude of plaque volume regression observed after just 6 months of consistent HIIT exercise. It was slightly larger than the regression typically observed with statin intervention, a class of powerful cholesterol-lowering medications commonly prescribed to reduce plaque. While it's important to contextualize this by remembering that atherosclerosis is a chronic disease that develops over many years and even decades, and therefore we don't yet have long-term data on how this translates to actual clinical outcomes like reduced heart attacks or strokes, the initial results from this study are undeniably remarkable and provide a powerful incentive to incorporate HIIT into a heart-healthy lifestyle. HIIT involves short bursts of intense exercise followed by brief recovery periods, a regimen that enhances endothelial function, improves cardiovascular fitness, and modulates inflammatory markers, all contributing to its plaque-reversing potential. Beyond the transformative power of exercise, there is one particular supplement that merits special highlight due to the decent and growing body of evidence supporting its role in slowing the progression of coronary atherosclerosis: aged garlic extract. Garlic, a staple in cuisines worldwide, has long been revered for its medicinal properties, but aged garlic extract represents a unique and concentrated form. The aging process of garlic minimizes harsh odors while concentrating beneficial compounds, particularly unique organosulfur compounds like S-allylcysteine. A double-blind, randomized controlled trial specifically demonstrated that aged garlic extract possesses the remarkable ability to stabilize vulnerable plaques, a critical effect, as vulnerable plaques are the ones most likely to rupture and cause acute cardiovascular events. such as heart attacks. Furthermore, another randomized controlled trial focused on the longer-term effects showed that a group of participants who were randomized to take aged garlic extract for a full year experienced a lower progression of coronary artery calcification. This calcification is a strong indicator of advanced atherosclerosis and increased cardiovascular risk. In addition to these direct benefits on plaque, the study also observed an improvement in blood pressure among those taking the supplement, further contributing to overall cardiovascular protection. These findings suggest that aged garlic extract acts through multiple mechanisms, including its antioxidant properties, anti-inflammatory effects, and ability to improve endothelial function, making it a valuable addition to a comprehensive strategy for arterial health. Finally, as an additional bonus tactic that I frequently recommend to my patients, and which may offer significant benefits for improving overall cardiovascular health, is sauna therapy. While it is crucial to state up front that this is not an intervention for which we currently possess direct, high-level evidence specifically demonstrating plaque stabilization or regression with sauna use, meaning we don't have randomized controlled trials directly showing a reduction in plaque volume or calcification, there is an accumulating body of compelling indirect associations and mechanistic data that strongly supports its cardiovascular benefits. Studies have consistently shown a significant link between regular sauna bathing and marked improvements in endothelial function, which is, as we've discussed, the health of the inner lining of your blood vessels and a critical factor in preventing atherosclerosis. Furthermore, numerous meta-analyses, like the one referenced in the original text, indicate that sauna therapy can play a beneficial role in helping to manage and lower blood pressure. The proposed mechanisms for these benefits are diverse and include the induction of heat shock proteins, improved circulation, reduced inflammation, and enhanced nitric oxide bioavailability. While much of the existing evidence is based on observational studies, which can show associations but not direct cause and effect, and mechanistic data, there is enough robust indirect evidence to support its broader health benefits. These benefits extend beyond just heart disease, with strong links observed between regular sauna use and a significantly lower risk of all-cause mortality, meaning a reduced risk of death from any cause. Therefore, based on the current, albeit imperfect, scientific evidence, I genuinely believe that sauna therapy represents a worthwhile intervention to explore and incorporate into your health regimen, particularly if you have convenient access to saunas. It's a practice that offers not only potential cardiovascular advantages, but also promotes relaxation and overall well-being. I sincerely hope this comprehensive overview has provided valuable insights and actionable strategies to empower you on your journey towards optimal heart health and the crucial goal of arterial plaque reversal.